me, it's about trying to touch something that I give up when I was sentenced.
This event here is not your typical rodeo. This is a rough stock rodeo.
The women are being involved for the second time this year. They're just as tough as the men.
Well, we start off in the morning, and by morning I mean noon, and Lucy comes over and I start cooking in the kitchen, usually like an omelet and some coffee, and she's over there working away, and I'm in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah, Bradley basically feeds me for 12 hours straight as I work for him. No, it's actually been really nice. Bradley's really generous with giving me the editor credit, but really he's right that he's so involved, and we actually split up a lot of the scenes, and so we're both working on them, and he'll do a pass at one scene, I'll do a pass at the other scene, we compare them, we talk about them, and we also let him breathe for a couple of days, or in some cases a couple of months, and then we can kind of, argue our points for why we want this in or don't want that in. And overall, it works out pretty well. I think any sort of disagreements we have about what should be in, what shouldn't be in, we end up coming to a middle ground that I think we both end up liking a lot.
But one of my responsibilities that I feel very strongly about is that documentaries have to be entertaining, and they have to make people laugh, I think, and sometimes cry. You're trying to convey a message, but you also want to keep people tuned in, so I'm always very mindful of that. Is this entertaining to people?
Also, because life is not 100% serious or 100% funny, so I feel like having that mixture is the most realistic thing you can do.
Be an example of a way that Lucy and I would collaborate, and responsibility of filmmaker would be a scene that I spoke about earlier that was cut from Sweethearts of the Prison Rodeo, in which Danny pretty much divulged on camera something that he had never spoken about, which was the details of his murder and what he did and didn't do. And collectively, I think Lucy and I went around for 6 months trying to debate with one another, and she basically said, I don't think that should be in there, and I just don't think it's right. We were cross-cutting his interview with a cow being slaughtered, and it was just something that Lucy was like, we can't do that. And
I'm a vegetarian.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was more a social responsibility that you thought wasn't fair to Danny, or wasn't true to the film. And
it seemed like it was adding something else that wasn't actually there, so to add this other element from our point of view onto what his thought processes didn't ring true.
Yeah, and ultimately you convinced me, and without working with you, I think I would have kept that in there. And sort of my motto from the beginning of filmmaking is I'm just going to do it my way, and I don't really care what other people think. And I think that's why working with you has been so monumental for my career, because you sort of keep me in check, and for whatever reason I really listen to you and respect your opinion.
Bradley is good at always digging up some interesting things to work on, so I feel like we can be confident there's lots more interesting subject matter ahead of us.
Making these films is never, I know it sounds cliche, but it's never feels like work. It feels like it's just an extension of my social life, that you get to take all these great adventures and hire your closest friends to travel the world making these films like some kind of pirate or something. I'm Bradley Beesley, by the way. I'm the director and producer of Sweethearts of the Prison Rodeo.
My name is Lucy Kreutz. I was the editor, and I also co-produced.
And her real name is Louisiana.